What's up, everybody? I'm Dapper Jeff, your gamer chef. I got to thinking, it's October. The month of spooky things is upon us. Monsters and witches and ghostums. And I tried to figure out what game would perfectly encapsulate all of these, and it hit me. The Witcher. I know I did my Witcher's pie a couple weeks ago, and that was super delicious. And I got to thinking, as a Witcher, you have to run around and beat up these ghosties, ghoulies, and spookums, but what do you need to fuel yourself? What would go great with October? And it hit me. A nice corn chowder. It's an easy recipe. It's a great slow cooker dish that you could throw in the slow cooker, go to work, come home, and bam, dinner's ready. I'm going to show you guys how it's done in my kitchen, so come on. Alright guys, so this is going to be a super simple dish. I would say it's quick, but because we're using our fantabulous slow cooker, it's going to take about 6 hours. However, if you feel like you want it a little sooner, there is a 2-hour variant. I'll talk about that in just a couple minutes. So what you're going to want to do is grab that interior pot for your slow cooker. I've got mine. I'm going to give it a quick rinse out just because I can't tell you the last time we used it. I think it was around New Year's for like a really awesome cheese dip, which I'm going to have to talk to Doctor. Maybe do his New Year's queso dip as a recipe. That could be really good. Grab some paper towel, give it a quick wipe out. Wipe out! Alright, and we're good to go. Alright guys, now that I've gotten this wiped out, you're going to want to grab about a pound of boneless, skinless chicken thighs. Trim the excess fat as best you can. And just lay them right in the bottom of your slow cooker insert. And there we go. It's that simple. Let me wash my hands real quick. Always remember when dealing with raw chicken to wash your hands right after, because raw chicken, undercooked poultry, is the #1 spread of salmonella. And the last thing I want is people getting sick, especially me. I'm too busy to get sick. Ooh, that's hot. All right, now that we've washed our hands, we're going to take our chicken. We're gonna add in about 2 cloves of diced garlic, minced garlic, chopped garlic. I just like saying garlic at this point. We're gonna add in about 1/2 of a yellow onion, chopped. Clearly, I could have done a better job mincing and chopping that. Actually, I did a great job. I just didn't, shake the onion to separate the pieces. And that's okay. We're gonna use our seasoning blend. We've got about 1/2 teaspoon of kosher salt. We've got some dried rosemary. We got some cayenne pepper and some black pepper. I'm gonna sprinkle this in right over the top. Okay. And you're gonna want 3 cups of a low sodium or unsalted chicken stock, not broth, stock. I'm gonna pour that in. That's only 2 cups. Give me 1 second to do a third. And remember, when using a measuring cup, always measure from the meniscus. That's that little dip in the liquid. So that looks pretty... Oh. There we go. That's pretty spot on, an 8-ounce cup of chicken stock. And that is our 3rd cup, so we're going to pour that right on top. All right. And now here's where we get the variation. If you want to do the quicker variant, you'll take this, you'll put it on your slow cooker, like I'm about to do now. You'll grab the lid to cover it, and you'll put it on high for 2 hours. Now, we have nothing going on today. We're not that busy. Actually, and if you were busy, if you had to run to work, or if you were coming home for lunch, you put the lid on like we're about to do, and you set it to low for 6 hours. So there we go. I'm gonna turn this to low. I'm gonna grab the lid, I'm gonna throw that on. I'll see you guys in like 6 hours. So while you're waiting, click like and subscribe down below. Ring that bell icon. Never miss an episode. Donate to my Patreon if you want to. It would really help us out. And, even better, go play some Witcher. Play some other video games. Give me ideas on what to cook. I'm running out of ideas, guys. I need your help. All right, guys, one thing I did forget to mention, but on the plus side, we've only been cooking for about 5 minutes. You're gonna take your 16 ounces of corn. It could be fresh, it could be canned, it could be frozen. I'm using frozen out of convenience. And you're going to just pour that on in. I'm gonna grab a spoon and mix that up. And then you cover it for 6 hours. So we're gonna put the lid back on this and cook this on low heat for 6 hours. And I'll see you guys in 6 hours. All right, guys, it's been 6 hours. I'm going to take the lid off our crock pot, slow cooker, whatever you want to call it. Let's set that aside here. I'm gonna use 2 forks. I'm gonna dig through here, the wonderful soup, to find our chicken thighs, which have been nice and, oh my gosh, that's like literally falling apart. That's actually exactly what I want it to do. You can use tongs if you'd prefer. I figure I've already got these forks out and they're about to get dirty, so. And here's where you've got a couple different options. You can either just chop this up if you want to into kind of bite-sized chunks. I'm gonna take 2 forks, and because we let it boil, I'm just gonna shred it. That way we get nice shredded chicken thigh. It's thigh, not breast. It's dark meat, a little less fatty. Still super delicious. All right, guys, next up, while we're still on our low heat, we're gonna take our immersion blender, or stick blender, whatever you wanna call it. We're gonna dip it into our broth, and we're gonna start it up. And what we're gonna do here is just blend until we get that nice chowdery thickness. And this is actually coming almost entirely from all that corn that we put in. Because we did put in like a pound of corn into this. If we wanted to, we could add in that last cup of chicken broth, just to kind of get like more of a brothy texture. I kind of like the chunky, thicker, if we can get it. All right, guys, next up we're gonna add in a 1/4 cup of our low-fat or no-fat Greek yogurt, whatever kind you like. Just dump that right into our broth. Make sure I get all of it. There we go, make sure it's all off. And we're gonna add in 1 small red bell pepper. And like I said, if you wanted to, you can add in the rest of that chicken broth to this. You don't have to, it's not a requirement. I'm going to blend it for just a minute or 2 more. Look at that. Look at those awesome colors that we're getting out of this. Here we got our fall colors, our oranges, our yellows, our reds. Last but certainly not least, we're gonna start adding our chicken back in. So you can either add in like a little handful at a time, or you can kind of dump the whole plate in, whatever you feel like doing. I'm also gonna do a little bit of blend, just to kind of keep us at that good consistency. All right, I'm just gonna finish adding the chicken in. Set that. Best part about using a crock pot with the flat bottom, I can just stand that up right there. Okay. All right, so we got our chicken in. I'm gonna hit it one more time with the blender, and that's pretty much good to go. I'll see you guys in just a minute. All right, guys, that's how you make a fantastic Witcher's corn chowder for you and your crew. I'm Dapper Jeff. I'll see you guys next week, but until then, click like, subscribe, ring that little bell, never miss an episode. Play some Witcher. It's a fantastic franchise. Read the books. Those are awesome too. I'm gonna see you guys later on, but until then, do me the biggest of favors and stay well fed. Wise words that were spoken to me earlier by my dear friend Dr. Batman. Never be afraid to fail, because it is through failure that we grow and learn the most.